Hey there, everyone. It's your pal, Vin Diesel. No, I'm not about to race a car off a building or fight off an army of bad guys. Today, we're not doing any of that. Instead, we're here for a good old-fashioned roast on another episode of Fame Flame. Now, if you've been following me, you know that I'm all about family, and in my family, we're not afraid to poke a little fun at each other. So buckle up, because today, we have a very special guest. He's a man who's more mountain than man, a guy who probably uses a cement mixer just to blend his protein shakes. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Let's see if he's got what it takes to roast this diesel engine.
Now, folks, when they asked me to roast Vin Diesel, I was genuinely confused. I thought, how can you roast a man who has a voice deeper than the Mariana Trench and a name that sounds like he should be a brand of truck oil? But then I remembered that I'm Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and I've faced down bigger challenges, like getting through a full episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Now let's talk about Vin Diesel's acting. He has the emotional range of a teaspoon, folks. I've seen more expressions on the face of Mount Rushmore. When Vin tries to emote, it's like watching a robot trying to understand a knock-knock joke. And yet somehow, he's convinced half the world that he's this intense, brooding artist. I gotta give it to him, the man can sell. Everyone knows Vin for his role in the Fast and the Furious series, and it's really something to behold. Vin behind the wheel of a car, growling about family. It's as natural as a fish in water. Or more accurately, as natural as a bald man in a car chase. In a weird way, it's inspiring. If Vin Diesel can be known for driving cars really, really fast, then heck, there's hope for all of us. Look at his muscles. Vin Diesel, you're a guy who looks like he was chiseled out of granite by a sculptor who only knew how to make rectangles. I've seen tree trunks with more curves than you. Vin, you've got a singing career now, don't you? Listen, I've heard Vin sing. It's a bit like listening to a grizzly bear trying to play a harmonica. It's raw, it's gritty, it's distinctive. I mean, sure, it's technically singing, just like how what I do in the kitchen is technically cooking, but let's just say Simon Cowell ain't going to be turning his chair anytime soon. Speaking of cooking, have you seen Vin's cooking videos on Instagram? The man's specialty is a sandwich. Yes, folks, you heard it right, a sandwich. He could be making any exotic dish he wants, and he chooses to make a sandwich. Now, there's nothing wrong with a good sandwich, but when you're Vin Diesel, you expect something more, fast, furious, not something you'd pack for a kid's school lunch. And can we talk about his dancing? If you haven't seen it, count your blessings. Vin dancing is a lot like if a refrigerator suddenly developed legs and decided to do the tango. It's not so much rhythm as it is determined movement, but he does it with such seriousness you can't help but applaud. I mean, when a fridge wants to tango, you let it tango. Then there's his fashion. Vin Diesel, the man who made tank tops a formal attire. But hey, when you've got arms like that, why not? I mean, I don't have a sleeve fetish, but if I did, Vin would be my worst nightmare. Dude, your love for sleeveless shirts is so serious, I'm starting to think sleeves killed your dog. Now, Vin Diesel might be a tough guy on screen, but did you know that he's a hardcore Dungeons and Dragons fan? Yes, people, Vin's a dungeon master. He might seem all fast cars and biceps on the outside, but deep down he's casting spells and fighting dragons. It's like finding out that Mike Tyson collects My Little Pony. It's wonderful, it's endearing. ... It quote S. Just so, not you, Vin. And have you ever noticed how he's always squinting? It's like he's constantly looking into the sun or trying to read the fine print on a contract. I once asked him why he does that. He said it helps him focus. Focus on what, Vin? We're indoors. Then there's the way Vin runs. Have you seen it? Vin, you run like you're permanently underwater. It's less of a sprint and more of a slow motion power walk, like a dream sequence in a low budget movie. But hey, at least it's unique. I've heard of method acting, but this is next level. But let's get serious for a second. As much as I roast him, Vin is a trailblazer. Who else could turn 3 words, "I am Groot," into an iconic catchphrase? Vin, you managed to make us all care about a talking tree. That's something. Although, sometimes I wonder if they cast you as Groot because they didn't want to write you more lines. But hey, this is all in jest. Vin is my little brother, and as much as I joke, I've got a world of respect for him because let's face it, not everyone can pull off being a singing, dancing, sandwich-making action star. That's our Vin. So here's to you, Vin Diesel. May you continue to be the fast, furious, and sometimes a little bit strange light in our lives. And remember, folks, if you're ever feeling down about yourself, just remember that Vin Diesel has made a career out of basically being a very determined rectangle.
Well, that was something, wasn't it? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, everyone. The man's got a mouth on him. I'll give him that. But you know what they say. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. And in this family, we're all about the love, even when it comes packaged as a roast. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to drop a comment letting us know who you want to see on the hot seat next. Until then, this is Vin Diesel signing off. Stay fast, stay furious, and remember, we're all about family.